Welcome back for another episode. Are these episodes? I guess they are. Of a tutorial. There's not really a name for these, is there? We're going to do Quinquagesima Sunday, the Offertory Benedictus. Just when you thought Mode 3 was done this week with the gradual words, you get stuck with another one. So we're going to go through that. But before I talk too much, let's get into the video. All right, so thanks for joining me. Please subscribe and hit that bell before we start. And make sure you hit that thumbs up button because YouTube likes that. So, as I said, Mode 3. If you want to skip through to the sing through, where I sing it straight all the way through, I'll put that down in the bottom at the end of the video. Yeah, before we start that, I wanted to bring back up the 8 modes. This is a medieval poem by Guido of Arezzo, and it's in Latin, and most people don't talk Latin, but look at that. It says, omnibus est primus. The first can be all things, or is all things. Sed et alter tristibus aptus. But the second is aptly called sad. Tertius iratus. The third is angry. Angry. Quartus dicitur fieri blandus. The fourth is said to be alluring. Quintum deletis. The fifth of joy. Sextum pietatis probatis. The sixth proves. Probatis means to prove, but it's probably something along the lines of like probes or something. Probes piety or explores piety. Septimum est juvenum. The seventh is of youth. But the last, the eighth, is for wisdom. Posteremus sapientium is of wise things. So, but that's our little sidetrack on those on Mode 8, because you're gonna see in this one, Doce me justificationes tuas. Teach me your justifications, your just ways, right? So Benedictus est Domine. And this one, you're going to hear that kind of doce, 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 right? We get it twice. Doce me, doce me. It just keeps going. So, and this is another offertory that you repeat the opening phrase, excuse me. And we're going to see how that kind of sounds. I'd like to do this one, maybe because I know my guys will probably appreciate a little bit lower. So I'm going to pitch it a half step lower, a whole step lower. So we're going to start on F, which means it will have an E flat and a B flat. So ending on D. So we're going to be starting on F in this one. Now notice right off the bat, we have an asterisk right after S, no pause. I automatically say, you're going to go straight to it. So make sure if you're not singing the incipit, the little thing that the cantor sings, that you are ready to just jump on a running train, right? It's Domine is going to be running away from you otherwise. So let's hear how this sounds. Benedictus est Domine, doce me justificationes tuas. Yeah, so there's like a huh at the very end. It kind of just ends in this kind of like huh. That's because you're going to repeat it. Everyone repeats it. It's slightly different. At first, instead of bene, kind of really emphatic with those two horizontal epizeme, benedicto, it just goes straight through it, right? And people go, hey, I've heard that before. But watch what happens at the tuas. Tuas goes crazy. And then doce me is mostly the same. Justificationes changes just a little bit. So pay attention to those differences. Let's hear the next phrase. So the second Benedictus. Benedictus est Domine, doce me justificationes tuas. Okay, you can hear the difference, right? Tuas was a lot longer, but at the very end, ba ba bum bottom, it still has that ending on fa. Now, as I was singing, I remembered that I never told you why mode 3 was angry. I just said, it's angry, let's sing it. So it's angry if we think, because I'm singing this and it's like, I'm not angry. Maybe you're angry because you can't sing this or it's really difficult. And mode 3s are very difficult. But I think that's a pretty cool kind of lesson for us. Anger, as is, kind of understood in medieval theology and psychology, anger is an emotion, which we know, that rises when there's an injustice or an evil present, but is difficult to overcome, so that we can seek the good hiding behind it. Okay, so let me go through that again. Anger rises up when there's a perceived evil that's difficult to remove in order to grab a good behind it. So if we think of that, now we approach this again. You can be angry or frustrated or stressed, because those are all anger emotions. You can be like, oh, or when football players, or you see this in New Zealand with the natives there, they have that dance and they're going, duh, 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 duh. It's so cool. They're getting angry. Football players get angry. They love that, right? We love going, yeah, like that. What is that? It's not joy. It's anger. No, you're like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Because remember, anger is a lot like excitement. So excitement is, or courage, we would say. Courage seeks a good that's difficult to attain, but you get courage to do it. But if it's difficult, it straddles, right? If it's difficult to attain, you kind of have courage for it. But if it's difficult to attain and there's an evil present between you and it, then you get angry. So now what's the evil present here? Blessed are you, O Lord. Teach me your justifications. Teach me your just ways, right? Teach me how to be justified. Holy cow. We want to be taught that. And so we're going to repeat it and we're going to sing it really loud, right? And where does it go? It's not low and kind of like, yeah. It goes straight up to do, really high, and it hits it. And then as soon as you got your point across, and this is the important part of anger, once you achieve your good, it calms down. So, those people that kind of keep getting angry at you, even though they already got what they wanted, there's something wrong with that anger. But here you can hear, tuas, I told the Lord what I wanted, right? I begged the Lord, teach me your justifications, and now I'm going to wind down. Because I got it, right? In asking, you receive it. Seek and you will find, right? So, all right, that was enough exegesis. What about singing it? Because you're all like, well, yeah, what about I have to sing it? I could, well, people, I messed up, but it's about anger. So, yeah, so I think there's not too much in intervals that are hard. I'd say the tuas in both cases are rather difficult because of that coming down to the fa unexpectedly. The first tuas. Oops. I said in the last video or 2 videos ago, on the gradual, one of the pitches, the reference pitches to have in mind for mode 3 is fa and mi, which is hard because they're right next to each other. So it's like, which one do I pick? Both. Also do. So you're going to have those three pitches kind of giving you your playing field on what you can sing. And a lot of times you hit those and then you kind of circle around. They're the pillars of the mode as we know it. So then that makes that tuos easy because you're singing do, so coming down to do. Do, and then you kind of get it. And then you go to the Benedictus. Benedictus. And then you're off again. The second tuos, you kind of have that sense. So you're ready for it the second time. So let's keep going. In labis meis pronunciam avi. There it is again. So that fa, that do, that fa, really going to be important. Going back in labis, in la, it's kind of the Jaws theme. In labis me, that T, is me. It has to be so smooth, because what happens is if you hit that hard, is me, it just sounds weird. And it's weird to our ear because singing, you know, from a fa to a T sounds weird. It's like, oh, it's whole steps all the way up. We just don't like that modern music, in modern music, so it doesn't really fit really well. So watch out for that. Smooth that out. Keep on going. So omnia. We have 2/4 right in a row. So you jump up a fourth. Om, omni. Oh, it's niam, right? So omniam. So that's a cool thing to practice. Oops. No, I was right the first time because I pitched it lower. Sorry. Notice that fa, you get down to that fa. There's an argument that sol also could be a reference pitch, and that you kind of switch back and forth between fa being your reference pitch and sol. Whatever, it's just a crutch that helps you. And honestly, when you get to a sol kind of section, it's pretty easy to sing. Well, it's easier to sing. So let's hear omnia judicia oris tui, all the way through the end. Omnia judiciam. I love this part. Oris. It's like your mouth's open. Oris toi. And I love that revving down. It's like watching a little wind-up toy run out of energy. So the tui, make sure you have lots of air. So what I didn't do was I got so excited about oris that I wasted all my breath, and then I needed a lot more for tui. So watch out. Make sure you have breath for both. Let's hear the tui one more time with the tear, which makes it, is it Locrian? Yeah, so there you go. And now mode 3 usually takes longer. So I'm going to drop down 440. And then we'll sing start to finish, Benedictus as, starting on an F in B flat major with a final of D. Benedictus as. And then we'll call it an offertory. Benedictus Domine, doce me justificationes tuas. Benedictus est Domine, doce me justificationes tuas. In labis meis pronuncia omnia judiciam oris tui. Oh, what a cool offertory. Now, it occurred to me, and that's an offertory, but it occurred to me before I thought of that, how does one increase their lung capacity? I mean, basically working on it. So try to push yourself. Singing every day helps, but not just singing, but actually good posture, shoulders slightly back, nice and straight back, curved with a curved S, and singing through things, pushing. Your body doesn't develop unless you push it. So kind of, if you want to develop that air, chant is a great way to do that, because you just say, I'm gonna sing until I run out of air. And actually, you're gonna notice right away, if you relax and say, I'm out of air, and there's that panic that rises, and you just keep singing, a lot of times you have 10% more air than you thought. Because your body's producing more air as you're kind of sitting there. It produces more that breathes out. So, and then just take a breath, you push it, and then you just take a breath. Your body's going to get the lungs are going to get the message, hey, I need more. I need more than you're giving me. And it's going to give you more. So over time, it just increases, especially through effort, like focused effort on doing that. Also, you're probably breathing wrong because you're probably wasting all your air at the beginning of your phrase. So there's also that. So it's a combination of learning how to not waste, how to conserve, and also lung capacity increasing slightly. So both those things. Thank you so much for joining me. My name is William, and it's been a pleasure chanting with you. God bless you, and we'll see you in the last video this week, the communion. Bye now.